We're back. Yes, the gubernatorial election in Ekiti State took place on the 21st of June 2014. The two main contenders, Mr. Ayo Fayose from the from PDP and Mr. Kayode Fayemi from the APC. There was a video of a recording, or an audio actually, of a recording, a secret meeting believed to have taken place before the elections. The recording allegedly had the gubernatorial candidate at that time, Ayo Fayose, Brigadier General Aliyu Momo, Senator Iyola Omishori, Musiliu Obanikoro, and Jelili Adesina in the meeting where all of them in the military had this, they planned to favor the PDP. Despite the non-partisanship by the military, this recently, quote-unquote, rigged tape suggests the contrary. What are your thoughts on this? It's your view that it counts. You can call us on 070-806-68014, or you could tweet to us at YOURVIEW TVC. I think we might have some snippet of the audio for our viewers, for those of you that haven't heard it, because it's online. Some people have heard it, some people haven't. So I'm not sure if my producer have that right now, but okay. So when it's ready, we'll bring it to you. But in the meantime, ladies, they are developing stories on this matter, because now APC is saying they must be punished, yes, for what happened. But I was reading somewhere that Fayose finally said that the tape is real. Is that true?
Let me give you the scenario. 2 weeks ago, Sarah reporters released the tape. Now, Fayose immediately came out and denied that it happened. As well as Obanikoro came out, denied that it happened. Anyways, last week Friday, during the peace pact in Ekiti, Fayose, speaking to the workers, said that if they listened to the tape, they would have heard him castigating the military for being partisan, for supporting, for sabotage. Hence, he's saying that this tape is real. This was a few days after the police, what's his name, came out and said that the tape is real, that is not fake. Now, over the weekend, Showore of the Sahara reporters came and said that he was threatened by Obanikoro for releasing that tape, you know. So, as much as the tape was, you know, when it came out 2 weeks ago, we never gave it any attention that really things like this can be forged. You can IT and everything.
But for me, I had an issue because I was hearing different angles of this tape, and I listened to the tape. I don't know if it was me. I didn't hear anything that said, "Oh, go and steal ballot boxes," or "Go and." It was more okay. Go and take that Amala, go and pick him up. I need you to be there. But you did not answer in 2 hours.
I'm sure
you heard the audio. So it was more of intimidation than rigging. I don't know. That's for me. I don't. Maybe I didn't hear it properly.
This is how it was. In the recording, Fayose started by saying, you know, when you want someone to do a job and he's not doing it perfectly, because he was saying that the bosses, we had tags, these bosses have been tagged. The bosses your men stopped had that tag.
Yes.
Now, I listened to it well. I didn't doubt the voice. I didn't check on the voice quality, the voice, you know, whether it was them talking initially, the authenticity of the voice initially. I just wanted to see whether there was anything, you know, indicting in that tape. When you say the bosses were tagged, we had tags from so place, we had tagged all these bosses. And then he went further to say that the prototype was something that INEC had given to them. That you know,
I heard that part.
The tape was a serious indictment.
Can I add something else? Obanikoro in the tape said that he had an assignment from the presidency. He hadn't come for a tea party. Exactly. Secondly, he said, if you make me happy, sure you know that I can sit on your promotion. If you just make me happy.
That I sit on the board of the military.
Hold on.
Yes, we all heard that, but is that rigging?
Okay, now, so let me tell you how it can amount to rigging. Okay. Now, Ekiti State on Monday, the courts have said that Fayose really won the election. Okay. So you can't say that people did not vote for him. Okay. But how it could amount to rigging is that the people who are supporters of the opposition, APC, you don't allow them pass. Exactly. Because you had tags on the PDP cars. Then you allow them pass. So they are the only ones who could exercise their franchise.
In the audio.
The APC members who sit at home afraid of this militarization they're seeing on the street.
Clearly in that audio, there was a reference to an APC chieftain that pick him up. Yes. They said, pick him up tomorrow morning, first thing tomorrow morning. No, pick him up today. This evening. Yeah. Yes. You know, so, and that man was not available till after the results were out. Yes. What else do we need? you know, when things are, we're not saying that, you know, we're not saying exactly that but those things that we heard in the tape actually happened. So no, they were not they're not suggesting anymore. If that man was actually picked and it wasn't released until after election results were out, it means that, you know, those things happened. It is not a suggestion
now
anymore.
Their supporters, if you have a party leader who is supposed to come and carry you, galvanize you, campaign, do everything, if it's picked up, like the APC stalwarts were picked up, all of them came out at the time and said that they were arrested.
Yes. I remember Lai Mohammed
was stopped.
That was in Osun State. That was in Osun State. You know, he picked, and the DSS spokeswoman said in another, in a later address to the press,
that what was
he doing at night? And when my boys picked him up, he was shaking like a jelly. That is the militarization we are talking about.
Let me take Adhimuye's call. Good morning. Are you there?
Hi, I'm there.
Good morning. Are you there? I can hear you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I like the program very well.
Thank you, sir.
I may God help you as you are doing all the job. All we really have to realize that at the federal level, because they all believe in their power that they people muzzle everybody into darkness. It is unfair the way they run the election. I'm not saying precisely that maybe I was one or not, but the president always believes in using power to do things based on the way we switch their party. What we need to believe is that...
I'm having trouble hearing you, sir.
I can hear you.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, speak a bit louder.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that if there's any evidence, we follow it up. Because it's not, if we give them chance, what they do in Ekiti, they can do it in the general election. And now everybody is focusing on the general election. So now it's going to be. And we have evidence that they're done rigging in Ekiti based on the information we got during the mistake. So I think I will advise everybody in position in Nigeria to monitor this coming election very well. So that at the end of the day, what happened will not happen in general election.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Did you? I didn't get.
He's saying that what happened in Ekiti State was bad. That he's not actually saying that Fayose won or lost, but he's saying the way it was, you know, pushed out, the way they struggled power with him was unfair. Now, for me, the issues is if this tape came out and it was not investigated, but Mr. President said that it was fabricated without investigating. If the offices of the former Minister of State for Defense, the Police Affairs Minister, you know, and a former army and all that were indicted in a tape like this, I expect an investigation.
Yes.
And unfortunately for the APC,
which is what the APC is calling for
unfortunately
now.
For the APC, with past experiences, they are supposed to say, okay, the agencies involved should investigate, the enforcement agencies should go ahead and investigate, but they don't have the power to call these agencies to do their duty.
Femi Falana on Monday in The Punch said that the reason the federal government actually pushed INEC to postpone the elections was because that tape was very indicting on the federal government, and that if they were going to use militarization again for the general elections, the tape coming out just a few weeks to election at the time sort of like, you know, dampened their machinery.
But the question is, whoever released the tape, how come it's released now and not earlier? Because I don't think they just got a hand on it.
Well, we're supposed to answer that question actually. We're supposed to get Shore
on the phone.
We spoke to him earlier, and he said that during the show he will call.
Let me tell you what Shore said.
Unfortunately, he switched off the phone.
So let me tell you what Shore said. I have that tape and I put it on Facebook. On Saturday, he was saying that aside from getting threats from Obanikoro, Sergeant Okoli, the guy who released the tape, had to flee out of the country, you know.
And his younger brother was picked up.
Yes, you know, because his life was threatened. And Shore was in Ojota on that day, and he was saying that Obanikoro hasn't served him any what they call them, subpoena, taking him to court based on that he released the tape. Well, I don't know why he released the tape at the time that he did.
Well, we hope to get him on the phone because we really like to have a conversation with him to understand exactly what happened, what are the circumstances around this tape, this audio tape, number one, and number two, what happens now if this same Obanikoro becomes
the Minister of State for Defense or anything again?
This is what he did to intimidate
Ekiti Gate, a group in Ekiti are saying that, you know, it should be picked up.
Okay,
those people should never come out for any political office.
All right.
Again.
On that note, we end this segment. When we return, we're going to be zeroing in on the female entrepreneur. We're going to be profiling this lady, and she's done so much in her industry. So we're going to sit down with her, understand how she started, where her business is, and how on the future of her business. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Funke Bucknor Obruthe is a household name, a lawyer turned events planner who has won numerous awards, home and abroad. She is also one of the top female leading entrepreneurs in Nigeria. It's so great to have you on the show. Welcome, Funke.
Thank you very much.
You're a big sister to a lot of young women. They see you as someone that they look up to you a lot, and you've been a role model. Now, how has that been? Because a lot of women look up to you. I mean, we're not going to start going into the, how did you start? Because we all know how you started. We all read your history. But how has it been a role model to a lot of women? How has that journey been?
Sometimes I think it can get a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but for me, it's also a bit of it's an honor. And I'm very humbled by it. And sometimes I'm thinking, am I an inspiration? I'm like, always wondering. But I just know that I get a lot of people telling me, I want to start my business. I like the way you started. I'm inspired by you. And maybe just from the way they even see me work, or they see the way the business has grown. So it's a real,
Now, for the sake of those that don't know, just so that let's do a refresher. How did you start Sapphire?
I started Sapphire about 12 years ago, and when there was no industry really, the event industry literally didn't exist. So the wedding industry, as we know it now, did not exist as far as I'm concerned. And I started with just by loving to help my friends organize events. I just helped one of my friends help her sister's wedding, and from there, boom, people started saying, oh my God, so you mean we can get event planners in Nigeria? We can use event planners. So that's how it started really. And it was a lot of hard work. It was tough because people didn't even believe that event planning or wedding planning could happen in Nigeria.
Yes, I mean, I'll let the ladies jump in now, but you see, that's where I get worried, because how did that helping your friend to organize a wedding become an industry? Because even till tomorrow, people still say, don't worry, I'll help you organize your wedding, I'll help you do this. It's something, I mean, what is, it's a no-brainer. Okay, get the, get the venue, get the drinks, you know, make it happen. But how did it become an industry? What was that? How did it become so professional?
I think that just by being in the industry, you know, sometimes when you start something and you're one of the pioneers, because my other colleagues, once you start something like that, I think that the more you are determined to make it work, the more people will see. And then, you know, Nigeria is getting more enlightened.
Yes,
people are getting more enlightened. People are coming, you know, a lot of people are coming back home. Even people here are watching. TV has grown big. So everybody's like, oh my God, it's happening in America, it's happening in England. Then we can have it in Nigeria. So I think that from there, and then also seeing how it's built. So of course, if you look at the industry now, so many people are now doing so many things. You have lighting engineers, you have production people, you have makeup, I mean, everything is there. So it's so wide now because people have seen the industry grow.
I'm staring because Funke was my senior in secondary school. She was my senior in Unilag. And I'm just staring at you, how you've metamorphosed from the Funke that was all jumpy everywhere.
I'm still jumpy.
Was she a good singer? Was she punishing?
Funke was a little wicked though. She used to beat us well. But the question is, from just doing what you love doing, helping being social and being everywhere and helping your friends, how did you decide that this is what I will stick to after going to law school?
Okay. First of all, I think that because when I was in law school, I knew that I didn't want to study law. I didn't want to practice law. So I knew, but I didn't know what I was going to do. Because a lot of times, I'm also, I already know. I didn't know that it was going to be event planning because I didn't even know what it was. So by the time I found out what it was, I said, oh my God, I love this. and I'm going to do this. But what I now did was, apart from being passionate about what I wanted to do, I now needed to start developing myself. So I started developing my skills. I went to school, LBS, do courses. And then I also realized that I was running a business. And this business, I needed this business to outlive myself. So what do? You need to put succession plans in place. You need to make sure there's structure. You need to make sure there's order. You need to make sure that... So I was like, you know what? This is not child's play anymore. You must make sure that this business outlives you. So that was just...
When you started, you know, like Maura said, there was no industry. There was nothing about... How financially encouraging was it that, you know, it sustained you over time?
At this point.
Ooh. Well, when I started, I collected peanuts as far as I'm concerned. But because I was determined to make it work, I said, you know what, I'm going to collect peanuts for now. But honestly, I didn't know that I would even collect more than peanuts. But I just knew that I loved doing this. Okay. So I was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I want you to believe in me. I want you to know that this is real. So you know what, whatever it is, pay me, I will do it for you. I mean, after 1 or 2 events, a lady that we negotiated a certain fee paid me extra 10K. Maybe she paid me 20K or 30K. And paid me extra 10K. I said, you did a fantastic job. And you know, do you understand? So for me, that was fulfillment. So I just said to myself, you know what, this is really, you know, what I want to do, and this is where it's going to take me to.
Fantastic.
Now, so as one of the leading female entrepreneurs, like Maura said, you obviously have a lot of people looking up to you, and then some other people who are yet to start up on entrepreneurship, and most of them would believe that entrepreneurship has a lot to do with socializing, and then they're back there, they can't even talk to anybody. What are the other alternatives for people like that?
How do you get out of that?
In the industry, I also have colleagues that are not as sociable as I am, but they're doing great work. So it's not really about that. It's about finding what you want to do. It's about finding your purpose. And when you find your purpose, there are many ways you can actually hone your skills. And there are many ways that you can actually develop it. So you may be, if you know that you are not a networker, but you must network in business to be able to get more work. But if you know that you are not a networker, then get someone that will help you network. If you know that you're the kind of person that cannot sit behind a desk, or you can sit behind a desk and maybe do the numbers, then you can do it. But if you know you can't, get somebody to help you do the numbers. So you can actually look for what is lacking in you, which may be a weakness. For you to get it, you can get it in someone else, or you can also develop it. So you can, you can overcome your weaknesses and say, you know what, I'm going to turn my weaknesses into more strengths. As everybody, I mean, sometimes even for me, hyperactiveness is a weakness for some people. It's a weakness, but I've turned it into strength.
I just have to say this, that as you're talking, I know you studied law. As you're talking, I see that whole law thing coming out of you. So you can't really run away from it, as much as on your biography, I read that you hated the course. But there are other openings, being a law, an entertainment lawyer. Are you considering that?
No. All right, going to
not yet.
You never know.
You never know.
Now, I know quite a number of people who have actually come to you, and I have a friend, Damilola, she adores you, and I think she's come to you for training. But how do you handle these people who start up, they come to you, they're so excited, but they're not able, they don't have the financial backing to have what you have, because they assume it's a lot of money to have the things you put on the table,
all the decor material.
They need that investment. What's the starting point
for somebody?
I would say that in anything, and especially for the event industry, you can start small. I started in my house. I just moved from the sitting room, I have my bath, and then moved into the sitting room, and that was my office. I started and I worked from home for 4 years or 5 years before I moved to an office and then moved to a bigger space by the time the business started growing. So a lot of times you can actually start small. Nobody says you must start big. You can start small and start building. You start building your reputation, you start building referrals, you start building the brand. And then from there, people, see, there was in anything that we've done, I've never borrowed money from the bank as it is right now. We haven't had to borrow money from anybody. But because of consistency, you just keep on doing the same thing and you do it well. And then you're constantly innovating, you're constantly being creative. Money, by the time you get money from the revenue, and then don't eat your profits, pay yourself a salary. It's a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice. This is not the time that when you start, you just be like, oh, let me show up. Just move. No.
Let me come to you, because you said something about the succession plan.
Yes.
Now, for your own business, what's your succession plan? Are your children involved, your family members, or do you have managers?
Staff?
Wait, what kind of succession plan have you put in place? I mean, just give me an idea.
The thing about it is the right team,
having
the right team, and having the right managerial team as well. So when you're picking your team, you have to look at people that can take this business to the next level.
Where do you find them?
It's hard, right? And it will take a while. I mean, this is 12 years. I'm still looking for some people. But there are people that I've found that are still there right now and are ready to build the business. And they even tell me things like, Zafaya can be here, Zafaya can do this. I even look at them like, oh my God, these guys are even bigger, thinking bigger than I am. So this is fantastic. When you find them, and you will find them, just keep on developing them, letting them know that, you know what, this business is not about me, Funke Bucknor or Brute, it's about Zafaya, it's about
you don't
all
go
of
for
us.
As a businesswoman in Nigeria today, with the economy that we have now, the valuation of the Naira, everything just, you know, all the issues that we have, how easy has it, or how difficult has it been, you know, to...
Recently?
It's tough. I won't lie to you, it's tough. I mean, with the things that we've even ordered, you know, and we're about to pay our balances, and the dollar has, it's like you're paying double. It is actually tough. But you know what?
Life must go on.
I like that question she asked. I like that question she asked because it now reminded me of the fact that all the small event planners, I'm an event planner, are they competing with you? Are they fighting for that airspace, or is there enough room for everybody to be an event planner?
Oh my God, there's enough room. I always tell everybody, anybody can excel. There's enough room. You that you're there, just keep on, like for me, I always say, you know, you must keep on innovating, you must keep on being creative, you must keep on moving, do you understand? So that even when they're coming, they will get there, but by the time they've gotten there, you are
in a class of your own.
That's just the thing. So you just have to keep on innovating, and there's room for everyone.
Well, I do have this question. I'm going to take you back to your reply before this one, about how it's difficult to see like really talented colleagues, and then you employ them and you would want to train them and keep them going, and eventually they get bigger. So I read on your profile that you always you encourage your best staff to move on and start their own business. So how do you encourage them, number one, and isn't that a loss to you somehow?
Okay.
After training them.
No, the thing about this is this. Everybody has their destiny, everybody has their purpose in life. Some come to you, they want to train and go. Some come to you, they want to train and stay. It's left for you to see who is ready to stay and who's ready to go. When you understand and you realize that about everybody, you won't feel hurt or pained if somebody leaves. It may be painful, right? Maybe at the beginning, oh my God, I've invested so much. But you see, when you look at it, you know what? I mean, there's so many people that have actually left Zafaya Events and they've started their own businesses and they're thriving. And Zafaya Events is still standing and getting stronger because there are still people that have stayed. So you cannot, the thing about it, I'm almost like you can't really hold anybody back. If they don't share if they don't share the vision later or for a long time, or you know, where they think they should be, then you let them go.
Support of what you said, there's a tweet for you. Dolakwa Ademosu says, Funke Bucknor in the house, hooray. I know her so well. She's an inspiration and a good sister, but very disciplined.
I have a question.
Faith first. Let me take this call from Faith. Good morning, Faith. Are you there?
Good morning, Mariah.
Morning. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Mariah, please, I'm sorry for taking you away from those topics.
Okay.
Please, Mariah, I'm worried and I'm concerned as a woman because the atmosphere in the country right now is not pleasant for each and every one of us. And I want you people to talk more on this, please. Like what happened yesterday, you people are giving it name. It was an explosion. Not one, not two. People are lying down in the hospital. And it's so painful that from the president, there is no sign of condemning any violence. There was a statement of this country will not be governable if the president is not in power, and the president didn't say anything about it. What if the FEC decides to start their own? Please, I'm worried. God bless you, ladies.
Thank you so much, Faith. I appreciate your call.
There's a question for you on Twitter, Funke. Olutaya says, how do you combine home and work? And I know that is tough. My own personal question is, I do events also, but I chose corporate events because I thought weddings are too difficult. How do you deal with the in-laws? You know, everybody being, they all know what they want to, and there are too many orgas, unlike the corporate world where there's just one orga.
So two questions. Balancing home and work. Balancing home and work is not easy. And nobody, I'm not going to deny to anyone that, oh my God, it's so perfect, they got it all together. No. But it's about finding the right, even at home, I have good staff. My nanny, my mom is there to help me. And it's about finding the balance. I can run from 7 o'clock in the morning, get to school, do something in the children's school, run back to the office, and I'm in the office before 8 or 8:30. So sometimes it's about your priorities and understanding that these children or your husband are people that you go back to meet at home. So even if you go home at 1 a.m., when you get home,
they are there.
Suck up to them, you know, that kind of thing. So it's about finding the right balance. And then when you have the right team at work as well, that balance will also help you. For me, for weddings and all that, I mean, I started out as a wedding planner, but of course, I now do other events, corporate and social events. But weddings are very emotional. And honestly, I've learned the art of diplomacy. I think it's a skill that I've now learned. Yes, I know how to make this one feel good, make you feel better. But I always tell people that, you know what? It's just a day. There are some things you can let go of. Do not carry everything on your head. Just compromise in some areas. Tell your mom, if your mom is fighting you or your in-laws, just let them understand that, you know what, okay, I'm going to let this go so that this can happen. Sometimes you have to compromise. So it's about teaching them how to do that.
Interesting.
Well, you know, one thing I've learned so far from all you said, and even someone on Twitter said it, women entrepreneurs most especially, you need to be tough and discipline, because you're not the first person I'm hearing that from. Ibuku and Woshika, I respect her a lot. There's just this thing about women entrepreneurs. When they talk, you see that fire, you see that passion in them, and I see that in you, so I'm a huge fan right now.
Okay, there are tweets.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
For women,
wait, hang in there. I have to take some tweets.
Okay, let me just quickly take 3 of them. Adenle says, nice. Will Bucknor organize a Guinness World Record event someday? Nice glasses, by the way.
Thank you.
Isaac was saying, can anyone start a business without capital? Sheyi Adegbola says, tell her to keep up the good work. Met her about 7 years ago at an event and she was really coordinating.
Fantastic.
Okay, my question now. As a woman, to go into business, you find the family support very important. How supportive has your family been, especially your husband?
My husband has been fantastic. Dio Brute, I'm hailing you right now. My husband has been fantastic. My husband gives me great support. I will not lie. That I can work Sunday, Saturday, go to Kaduna, go to Kano, go to this place, and then my husband will be there. Sometimes I can take the children to school. I can call him. I can beg. I can. It is all out. My husband has been supportive. Do you understand what I mean?
Your children are older, right?
No, 5 and 7.
Okay.
You know, so he's been really supportive. But you know, the thing about it is that what I've learned as well is that as a businesswoman, that you run your own business and you're the MD of your company, it's actually not very easy to come home and now become soft. No, it is. But you have to just learn how to be soft. So when you are speaking to your husband, when you get home, you don't speak to him like you're speaking to him in the office. You know,
I get that important.
There's respect. There's respect. When you show that respect to your husband, that support that you require.
Fantastic. Let me take Comfort. Good morning, Comfort. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Please go ahead, Comfort.
Okay, I would like to know how I can learn about this, what do you call it?
You don't even know
that I think a woman is into. I want to really know how to go about
events planning.
Okay, we'll send her a Twitter handle to you so you can communicate with her.
I have a number so that I can communicate with her personally.
Okay, we'll give you her details. Thank you so much, Comfort.
You text to my phone.
Drop your number with the producer.
The producer will get your phone number.
Major
All right,
networker.
let's take a few more tweets, please.
Somebody is asking that, are you related to Tosin Bucknor?
She's my sister of life.
It's obvious. It's very obvious.
All right, now, thank you so much for being here because really appreciate it. I think we've learned quite a bit from you. But before you go, what would you say to young people who really want to do this business and they just clueless right now? Because the truth is that a lot of young people want to become entrepreneurs, maybe not necessarily an event planner, but mostly in any area, maybe it's a bid making, and they just don't know where to start from. What would you advise these young people?
Well, I'll first of all say, definitely you need to know what you want to do. When you know what you want to do, then go and find ways to learn about it. Sometimes it's not, you don't have to just start a business. You can actually go and intern somewhere. You can go and learn. You can go and get somebody to mentor you. Get someone to teach you. Research, go online. There's so many ways that you can actually learn. Go for a lot of, maybe like a lot of all these conferences.
Do you organize any conferences?
Yes, we do. We have trainings.
Okay.
We do trainings, and I intern a lot of people. There's so many people that we intern. You know, because a lot of people always want to do, not just even event planning, but just even generally business. So go and learn. And then don't give up. A lot of times when it's hard for us, we give up and like, oh my God, it's already tough. You don't give up just yet. You need to try. It's actually hard. Even as like now, there are times that I want to I don't want to do this anymore. But I just realized, you know what, no. Because there's a vision, there's a goal, there's focus. So you need to remain focused, you need to remain disciplined, you need to work hard, you need to be diligent, you need to sacrifice. Sacrifice. So that's
Thank you so much, Funke.
Wow.
I think you've so good to have you. We got to bring you back.
Thumbs
All right. Yes, so all right. Don't forget to watch a repeat broadcast of this program at 11:30 p.m. tonight. People like you that don't have local television, you can watch us online. www.tv, continental.tv. Just check in. All right. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Start TV Entertainment. Search .tv. Your vote is your right. Don't waste it. Now they said 75% of voters' card has been received. So you have your card. Your power is in your hands. Use it wisely. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.